that big expensive ship of Amanda's?
The one on the bottom of the Mediterranean?
Uh-huh, that one. She has a sister, the Tisiphone, anchored off the coast of Thailand. Looks like they're picking through your leftovers.
Excellent work, sir. Thank you. You've earned some rest. I'll take it from here.
Be careful. When you see Amanda, give her my regards.
Hello everybody, what's here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Tomb Raider Underworld. In the previous episode, we played through the Wii version of Southern Mexico, and I'm never doing that again. But in today's video, we're going to be finally doing everything we need to do to go for Thor's Hammer Mjölnir. So without further ado, let's go on the motorcycle and go down this deep, dark, scary hallway of doom and destruction, and not death, because there's nothing scary down here. But something that's really interesting that I'm going to be demonstrating on screen as we pull up to this door is the Wii version of the opening of this level, because the Wii version is very similar to the Southern Mexico opening, where you're going to be riding around the motorcycle in a labyrinth-style maze outside of the temple. And it's really interesting because rather than going into the tomb during a cutscene, you're going through here during actual gameplay, and I think that's really interesting. And this is like one of the very rare instances where I wish that something from the Wii version was kept in the HD versions of this game. But without further ado, now that we've taken care of all that, let's go inside the gate and go towards our destiny. The first gem for this location is going to be located over here. If you're going for 100%, you want to make sure you have 6 of them before you finish off this first level. There are technically, I think there are more secrets in this location than there were in Southern Mexico. I may be wrong about that. But personally speaking, I'm a bit more worried. I was a bit more worried about getting the rewards in the Southern Mexico location more so than this one. And I'll talk about why in a moment, but first, going down this area, there's something very well worth mentioning if you're playing on the HD versions of this game. If you're playing on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, you want to try to get down here within 40 seconds if you want to get the Speed Demon 2 achievement. So that's something that you definitely want to look out for. I don't know if there's anything like that on the Steam version, because to be completely honest, that's creepy. No! As I was trying to say, if you're playing on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 version of this game, you want to try to get down to the bottom of this area within 40 seconds, because you will get the Speed Demon 2 achievement. The last 2 of the Speed Demon achievements will be located in the Jan Mayen Island portion of this game, so if you're going for all achievements and all that good stuff, then you're in the right place, and that's falling skeletons, kind of creepy. But you want to go fight these thralls. Thankfully, the motorcycle has the super awesome power of destroying them. So I guess if this was Pokemon, then motorcycle type would be better, would be more powerful than Thrall. I don't know how that works. But anyway, enough about trying to make Pokemon references I don't understand. We can go over here and eventually get to the bottom of things, quite literally.
Hall of the Slain. Valhalla. Odin's Hall, where the warriors who died in battle came to feast and prepare to fight in the final battle of Ragnarok. That makes this Valgrind the Gate of the Dead. Old is that gate, and how to unbolt it, few now know. Where are the Valkyries when you need them?
Okay, you're probably going to see this in a blooper at the end of the video, but the motorcycle skid in the background during that cutscene, that was really funny. But anyway, now we're getting into some combat, and we've seen thralls before, but we haven't really seen them, we haven't really seen a big group of them like this before. So, my advice is to use an assault rifle rather than the dual pistols or anything like that. Sticky grenades are also pretty great if they're staying near each other. But the reason why I suggest the assault rifle is because this weapon can will only focus on one enemy at a time rather than two, which is pretty great if you want to take them out individually rather than, you know, focusing on multiple ones at the same time and not getting anything accomplished. But the next thing we want to do, if you were going for 100%, there were 2 more wards located at the bottom of this area. We're going to be ignoring most of the pots and jewelry, and there's no jewelry and stuff. I don't know why I was saying that. But there's another drawer over here, so let's take care of that. And I believe the next one is over there somewhere. Should be around here somewhere. Come out to a wood. I've got cookies. There you are. Haha. You've been fooled. The cookies are for me. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. But anyway, we have these, whatever these rocks are supposed to be. We can move these over towards the central pillar in the center of the room. Hence the name Central Pillar. That was very redundant. You want to go over here and just move these all into the building. Pillar, whatever. Now we're beginning towards one of my favorite climbing segments in the entire game. This area right here is just so cool, how we're climbing up this giant column of awesomeness. I just love it so much. Alrighty then, so while we go through here, I wanted to mention again that I really love the detail that when you walk around things that the gauntlets can activate, that they light up as you walk near them. That's just such a cool detail and a really great way of teaching the player that they can indeed interact with those thingies with the gauntlets, and it's just so awesome. I believe the next reward we want to get is on the next pillar tier thingy upwards. So we want to move this thingy around. I'm probably going the wrong way, but who cares? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, no, it's right there. Basically, what you want to do is you want to move the columns in a way so that the symbols match that on the ground. And when you do that, it will activate the door. So that's going to be pretty neat. Not entirely sure why the myth says that nobody knows how to open the door when it's as simple as matching symbols, but whatever. So while we go through this area, I just want to say something real quick about this game, and this has kind of been on my mind for a little while. Playing this usually happens with most games I let's play, but if I play a game that I like for the channel, chances are by the end of the series I end up loving the game. That's kind of been the case with Tomb Raider Underworld. Like, if you remember during my original Tomb Raider Legend Let's Play years ago, I remember saying that I wasn't really that big of a fan of Tomb Raider Underworld when I first played it, and if you saw the previous episode, you probably know why. This has turned into a situation where I liked the game when I started, but it's gradually become one of my favorite games in the entire series, and I'm willing to go so far as to say that if it weren't for nostalgia bias, for me loving Tomb Raider Legend, saying that was my favorite, I'd say Underworld is my favorite Tomb Raider game, because this game takes all the ideas that made Tomb Raider Legend so great and expands upon them to make them even better. You have some of the pretty fun climbing segments from Legend, but they're expanded so that you can climb on poles and bounce around and things like that. You have more things you can do with the grappling hook as opposed to just swinging around and pulling things downwards. The combat has been expanded where you can fire multiple enemies at once, and it's just all so great. And this is exactly what a sequel should do when you're expanding upon ideas from the original game. And this is like one of the perfect examples of a sequel that I can think of. And because of that, if it wasn't for nostalgia bias, I'd say Tomb Raider Underworld would be my favorite game in the series. The final 2 rewards we're getting in this level are located at the top of the pillar, so let's climb up here and have Steam attack us. How dare you, Steam, and your endless sales. What makes you think I want to save money on buying games? I'm weird. I don't even buy a game on Steam that much. Anyway, rewards. Yay, they're shiny. Woo! I'm just throwing that jar because I feel like it. That makes you wonder if the dev team just had fun destroying all the jars, and that's why they left them in the game. I don't know. That's just my personal theory about why there's so many of them that don't do anything. But it's just really fun to think about. But now we have one final power pillar whatever thingy to activate. And as we climb back down, fast forward! Alright, so now that we've gotten to the bottom of things, I'm sorry, I just like that pun too much. Now that we've taken care of all that, we can go over here and activate the final symbol, glowing light of awesomeness. And with that, we're ending this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Tomb Raider Underworld. In the next episode, we'll be going towards Valhalla by going through the Gate of the Dead. And next time, we'll gear to you. Oh yeah.
Having found Thor's belt and gauntlets in part of the world less far from civilization, I feel confident that I will find Thor's hammer here, undisturbed. Perhaps this site being so remote will also mean no undead guardians lurking within to complicate my search. Viking thralls. What isn't clear is whether these poor souls were Vikings who stumbled upon this place, fell victim to its eater, and became thralls, or whether these undead guardians are far more ancient warriors whose appearance later influenced the Nordic cultures that came after. Either way, they are capable of fighting fiercely and ceaselessly, and were perhaps the origin of the stories of berserker warriors.
Valgrind, the sacred gate. Protecting Valhalla is a great gate of size and cunning such that few knew how it could be opened. Now I see that it's through both application of understanding and the strength of Thor bestowed by his artifacts. Valkyries, meaning choosers of the slain, were the minor deities who chose which fallen warriors were worthy enough to be escorted to Valhalla. Often depicted as women on winged helms or as riding horses, a more literal truth comes from the fact that the Old Norse word for world translates as Valkyrie horse. It is believed that Valkyries and their mounts are metaphors for the ravens and wolves who descend upon the dead after a battle and choose among them.